Hello, my name is Sari and I have a master's degree in science, and this is the book that proves it. It is black, it has gold lettering with my name on it, and it says master's thesis right here and a logo. The thickness of the book is approximately 15 millimeters, and I can show you that it is. She is called a Mauser, and she is very intelligent. She has adjustable jaws, and it says 15 millimeters. Thank you, Mauser. And now, this is a book that is very interesting because I coded something inside it when I wrote my master's thesis. This was actually approved, and I have the papers here to prove it. This is the grade number 3, which is good. My linguistical abilities were good. The work amount was usual, 6 months effectively. And yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. And these are the other papers that prove that it's accepted scientific work and publication. Okay, so this is an interesting book because I own it. The company that I worked for at that time only paid for the covers of this book. They actually own only the covers. Even the paper here is by my own printer and ink. And they agreed to pay for the covers, but they didn't pay for anything else. They have even lost the PDF file. I still have it on a disk, which I don't have a driver for. And if you look at, it's a coded book, I will tell you now this. If you look at this book, it's very interesting. I told you the thickness already, but if you size is about approximately A4 standard size, European standard, and if you turn it sideways, which is a great movie by the way, you can see that if you start from the back, you get code. And this is approximately 8 pages of code. Looks like The Matrix, doesn't it? It's a great movie by the way. And then we have a scheme of a printed circuit board. Typical, isn't it? Then we have a picture of a device that I built. It's a sort of switching device with 12 channels. This could be like Jesus, for example. Jesus had 12 disciples, you know. And this is the scheme of the amplifier. And this is then we have very much references. This is the references, about 4 pages. This is who said what and when. Basically gossip. And then we have the actual work here. We can start from the beginning. It's the name of it. My name and the title. And it says master's thesis. And who accepted it? Very good professor. He found only one comma missing here. And he said, mother tongue is very good language. We had great standards at MIT, which means, in Finland, it means Measurement and Information Technology Lab in Tampere University. This is my autograph, it's genuine, and my address at the time. Very interesting. And this is the pre-words, not interesting. And then we have the index, not interesting. I like the titles though. And this is the abstract in English. It's pretty good English, I would say. I can tell you the name of this book. Electrical Low Pressure Impactor, in brackets ELPI, the development of performance evaluation and production testing. I was making an automated calibration system for the nanoparticle measurement device. But the project didn't go well. These are the symbols, all letters and explanations. This is like the alphabet of a language. You can use these letters to speak your technological language. This is about 2.5 pages of letters. It's an alphabet. And this is the ELPI, the device that I was calibrating automatically. Now here's interesting, this is the operation principle of the impactor. Small particles, there are nanoparticles that go to the holes in the impactor. Sometimes they crash to the collector and maybe they die or something. I don't know, but the collector collects them. That's when I tried suicide. I crashed, but I woke up. Quality and quality management. Deming says it's fitness for use. Very nice. Here's the image of the ideal quality control system. It's a pyramid. So many other things are pyramids also, like religions. Some religions have God on top of here, some don't. They only have Zen or something. Or they are called atheists. They deny God, but there's no one on top there. And I asked them once, don't you ever feel empty? And they said, well, yes, sometimes. Well, I found God in 1999, so I don't feel empty anymore, ever. And this pyramid can be implemented on any science, like linguistics. These are the alphabet, the grammar, the rules, how you speak and everything. And on top, there's the universal language of love and laughter, and you try to babble the babel and you have fun. And so you always remember to say hi, I'm sorry, thank you. That's the basic things. You don't have to know more. So maybe some cultural things. Finnish isn't even the most difficult language in the world. It's the Georgian is the most difficult, but I know a guy who speaks perfect Georgian, so I can always ask him if I need the info. Here's some nice graphs. It's about quality control. Schuhart's chart. It says this is a bell curve and some variation in the. Some people are here on the bell curve. It means they are a bit abnormal, but it doesn't matter. This is some graph, not interesting. Total quality management. Okay, it's very profoundly explained in Deming's work. Calibration. This is interesting. I even explained the etymology of the word to calibrate. It's Arabic actually. And I have all the references here, and they're listed in the gossip section. Who said what and when? Terminology. Okay, this is calibration. Calibration. Well, if I don't remember the word. Todistus. Certificate. Calibration certificate. I used to make those for a living at those days. It means you have a reference and you compare it to a reference. And sorry, we have a bad camera. It cuts off at 8 minutes every time. So I was referring to LP calibration. It's interesting because there are nanoparticles and you practically measure current. That is about femtoamperes. Femto means 10 to the power of minus 15. It's about a few dozen electrons worth of current. And we have great standards, really, like the ISO international standards and SFS Finnish standards. I made this all according to all standards, you know. These are I mentioned the standards here. Everybody should have standards. Okay, measurement. Epävarmuus. Uncertainty. It's interesting, you know. It's evaluation. When you measure something, it's evaluation. There's some nice formulas here. But you can see the analogs. These formulas are everywhere. Even in economics, which is not a science, by the way, they have formulas, but they only make like strange names for very simple things. That's economics there. This is a nice formula, but I have really good formula. Oh, this is a graph, or what is it, taulukko? I don't know. This is not interesting, really. Here's some curves. They tell you about the curves. And this is another curve, which is very nice to look at. But basically, every book, there are 3 types of books. The ones with a sad ending, the ones with a happy ending, and the ones with open ending, so you can write sequels to the book. And basically the happy ending books are like the Bible, the Nag Hammadi Thunder book, and Quran, the Surah of Peace, and every fairy tale, every princess story, and some, they're very nice. This book has a happy ending, and it even has a joke at the end. So it's like the Bible. This is the tuning of the electrometer amplifier. There's again some letters which speak the language of the electronics. Okay, and this is the capacity of digital meters. Very nice. They have the curves like this. This is digital, and this is some kind of ramp and blah blah blah. Another curve. There's a step ramp and what is it, and then whatnot. And they never let me show my thesis at work because I was laid off before I graduated. So I made this myself, and they gave me a zero budget. So I had to like do some nasty things to get a free book. They only paid for the covers. There's a measurement technology, small currents. It's a difficult field, you know. Small currents. There's so much different häiriö. Disturbances, piezoelectrical thermal noise, which is the basis of all noise in space. Even there's thermal noise. Therefore, you can never go to Kelvin 1. Kelvin 0. I mean, noise. Noise is nice. I like noise music, for example, noisy music. But this is the formula to thermal noise. It's very simple. You can always see other formulas that look like this. It's like analogical to any formula, simple formula. Then there's more noise, frequency noise, other noises, leakage currents. Very nice. This is current source, and this is not interesting. I'll only show the pictures. Test currents generating. This is interesting. We have like a very nice. This is the test current source which I made. I found an article on the library, and it's a 12-bit DAC, and it's mentioned in the gossip section who said what and when. They made this current source, and I used their article, and it's very clever. Automatic testing systems. Well, you make automatic testing systems, you need switches, and I started there. I made the switching box which had 12 channels. It looks like this, and then I make a language where he speaks with the PC through serial port, which is not a standard anymore. They have the USB port, but they used to have RS-232 serial port in every PC in the olden days. And this is an image of the serial transmission, blah blah blah, and choosing the switches, which is very important. I spent 3 months just choosing the right switches for this important project that switches the femtoampere current type of current, which is very small. Here's a Excel sheet of the different. I had to get them for free, you know. They were very high tech, but I asked for the manufacturer to send me free samples for a prototype, and they did, and I got the best for free. I had to do that also. Then there's this is very interesting. It's simple also. This is the switch, and I got them for free because I'm cheap but expensive. Oh, this is magnetism. You will know if you learn any physics. This is magnetism. Here's the box that I built. This is the box that I built. It's a switching device for 12 channel of femtoampere current And automated calibration, it's just coding after that. Because I made this talk with the PC and I built it. And here's the joke, by the way, and a mistake also. I mixed these numbers up. I think one of the numbers is wrong. And here's the place for the akku. And akku is Donald Duck in Finnish. So they say that there's a place for akku, which means Donald Duck. But Donald Duck isn't here. That's the joke. And this is the summary part. But basically I explained you all the science now. I will explain my hat now, because this is the technology students' hat when they pull pranks on May Day and maybe all summer if no one notices. And it has a tassel on it. It is very nice. You can play with the tassel. But if you make a doctorate thesis, you get a funny hat. It's very expensive. I don't know. This might be my most expensive hat. But I thought I'd use a cheaper hat instead, because I'm too cheap to buy an expensive hat. So I put this one on. And now I'm a doctor of technology, because I proved my thesis. Nice. Goodbye.